This is session 60, which is wild. We've officially been through 60 sessions of Curse of Strahd. You guys are very close to the end of the campaign. I forgot to turn on captions. Let me do that quick. But there we are. Where you guys left off. You are in the depths of Argynvostholt, the castle that once belonged to Lord Argynvost, leader of the Order of the Silver Dragon. You have taken a fairly circuitous route throughout the castle. You kind of beelined it to the roof and then have been kind of working your way back down. Spent a night in one of the empty chambers that you found. Had a little dream sequence action with Sten, exploring the depths of Irina's mind. And met a few wraiths that still lurk the halls of these castles. Their purposes yet unfulfilled. Some kinder than others, and one of which sits on a throne looking out over the horizon and has sworn vengeance on Strahd himself. When we left off, Mim and Andar had just spoken to Vladimir, who pretty much dismissed them out of hand and asked them to stop bothering him. And we came back. Sten and Alistair were in the hallway with Irina. And you two asked for a little aside before we get started. And then you guys had a plan to move forward. So we'll pop it in there. Let me pull up the map.
Do you remember our motivations for trying to talk to this guy?
Basically, we probably need to get the bones back, right?
Yeah.
And the motivation is he's probably going to be a dickhead about it, so we clear now rather than deal with later.
So we're trying to assuage him to not hurt us if we move the bones back?
Basically.
Okay.
Wait, what? Whose bones? Which specifically?
Argynvost.
Argynvost.
Okay.
Because we think that unless there's many dragons here, Baba has the last bit of his bones.
Yes. And then what was the thing that told us we needed to do the bone?
We found...
It was in the room?
So it was two parts. We found at the top of this tower, like a beacon room with an altar. And then when we were walking back down, there was chanting by like spirits or something outside.
There was a statue on the roof.
Oh, the statue, that's right.
And the statue gave you a rhyme. When
it said, oh, you have it? I have it too.
Okay, go ahead.
When the dragon dreams its dream within its rightful tomb, the light of Argynvost will rid this land of gloom.
Yes. Okay, I remember now because you all thought I was crazy because I was hearing it and you guys weren't.
We had that when the dragon dreams its dream.
Just
perfect.
For your record, there's two words that you missed. It's the light of Argynvost will beam.
Will beam.
And rid this land of gloom. But yes.
Cool, thank you. Will beam. I think I listened to it like 18 times. But like I never caught the beginning. Okay. Will beam. Thank you. Okay.
Also, while you guys get your stuff together, just a note for everyone else. The environment might look a little bit different because they updated. We play online, of course, and we play through Foundry, and we get most of our modules from a gentleman named Pyram King, who is a blessing to all online Curse of Strahd players. But he updated his module, and our old one broke, so the module looks a little bit different, and some of the tokens look a little bit different. So if it's not continuous from last episode, that's why. But back to you, Sten and Alistair.
Can you hear much of this conversation?
Not much, but I can't imagine it's going well.
I also don't think it's going very well. Do you think, Mr. Spooky, or whatever his name was, you think I have some better insight of maybe our decision making? And I'll point to our disguises as they are right now.
Potentially. I kind of just walked in there, so you know.
Okay, let's treat this as a test run then. Because now I am Eilina.
Mm-hmm. You're Eilina, and Alistair is Argynvost in appearance.
I'm just gonna walk in.
I'm gonna walk in and kill the sword.
Sir Gwillem?
Sir Gwillem, right? Sir Godfrey Gwillem.
God, dude, disguise self doesn't come with a voice changer. Sir Gwillem.
So as you walk into this room, the door opens, you walk in, all of the heads once again turn in your direction, and you have these multiple pairs of glowing red eyes staring in your direction. And at the end of the table, Sir Godfrey's head slightly tilts, and he slowly rises from his seat. What trickery is this?
Okay, so that's wonderful insight. We were proffering to maybe speak with Sir Vladimir. Do you think he'd accept our audience?
He kind of like squints at you. Because he saw Irina. He squints at you, but then he pivots his gaze to Alistair as Lord Argynvost. And he looks him up and down. And he looks back to you. What is this? And gestures at Alistair.
This is great practice. I'm sure Vladimir is going to ask the same thing.
I'm hoping to return to my former glory. I'll just look at Stan.
We've been haunting these halls for too long.
Godfrey kind of looks down and shakes his head a little bit. We watched our Lord laid alive on the foot of this very castle. And then he gazes back up and locks eyes with Alistair. I implore you, do not make a mockery of the man to which we swore our very breath. I know not what you are, but I know you are not our Lord.
And how so do you know?
He gazes around the table and he looks at you, Sten. We know well what occurs when one returns from death. And that is not it.
I'm gonna walk up to Stan and just whisper to you, I could do wings.
I mean, both of us have come back from the dead, and we choose to look like this, so be it.
gonna take one more step up to the table and just put both of my fists on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So why does Vladimir sit idly by and do nothing?
He looks at your fists, and he looks up at you. He is blinded by vengeance. He knows that no action he undertakes shall return this castle to its former glory, and that he has no means to return our lord to this land. But he also knows that the devil's Strahd is a prisoner in a cage of his own making. And as long as Strahd suffers, he believes that justice is ever so slightly given to our Lord for what Strahd did to him, to us, and to this place.
I'm gonna drop my disguised self. Turn back to Rabbit's Den.
All of the revenants at the table except Sir Godfrey, like, quick grab their swords, not expecting that. Sir Godfrey kind of seems taken aback. He thought that you were Irina, and Irina just changed.
You know, as long as that woman out there walks around and Strahd knows about it, we've met him. He seems rather happy. We could do something to change that. I think guarding yourself here, standing idly by, doesn't help the problem.
He takes a deep, rattly breath, and you can see his chest swell slightly. And then all of the air escapes, and you see... actually, roll me an insight check real quick. You see, as he exhales, his shoulders slump in a way of, this particular man carries a great weight on his shoulders, and you can tell that he is exhausted and that he is disappointed, and that there's just this, not physical, but just emotional weight behind his exhale, this deep sigh. I know your words ring true, but our spirits are bound by oath. And Vladimir, misguided as he may be, he is the only one who can call us to action. And as you have seen, he refuses to do so. I believe in my heart he has lost sight of what our Lord would wish. But I could never speak against him. Not only by oath, but by my love for the man. And so here we sit.
So then, genuinely, and I'll drop the disguise self, but I'll keep the vestments, so I'll stay in their garb.
Okay, cool.
But I'll be Alistair.
Uh-huh.
How would you have us proceed? If we bring back the bones of Argynvostholt, I don't believe that he'll sit idly by and let us restore them to their former glory. If he's sworn on vengeance, he wouldn't want anything to change.
His head cocks again. You know the location of the bones? They are beyond reach in the castle. How would you return them?
I believe they were formerly in the castle. Do you know anything of the witch Baba?
I do not know this name. But if you speak true, and the bones are not within the walls of Ravenloft, it is possible what you suggest. Vladimir wants nothing but to see Strahd suffer, but he would not go against the wishes of our Lord should his bones be put to rest here. He may be blinded by vengeance, but he is loyal still.
You might be happy to know. It's not too far away. When we leave, look towards the south for us to come back.
He nods slowly. I hope what you say is true. It has been a long time since I have hoped.
I'm afraid this isn't entirely without favor. If we're to understand what we are to carry back, we'll need a lot of help getting it back up to that tower.
He kind of ponders for a moment. I am limited in ways I can assist due to my oath. However, should you successfully return with the bones of our Lord, avoid the chapel. Seek the tower and seek the tomb. It is on the grounds behind the castle itself. It will be guarded, but should you return with the skull, I doubt you will meet with resistance. Although I cannot promise you will not be asked for explanation.
I'm going to, at risk of freaking all of the undead, because it seems like they're allergic to cool magic. I'm gonna performance of creation on top of this symbol.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make it appear like a figurine statue is gonna grow out of that and just pop up.
Okay.
and I guess before it sets, I want to have it rotate towards Gwillem.
Mm-hmm.
I'll mark that off. I don't know if we're leaving immediately or not, but let this be a promise that we'll do our best to restore this. I'll point to the tiny dragon.
Mm-hmm. All of them kind of gaze at the statue, and you see all of their postures kind of straighten slightly. And Sir Godfrey looks at you. Godspeed. I hope sincerely that you succeed.
I'll turn to Alistair. So probably no chat with Vladimir.
Probably no need.
Thank you, Sir Spooky.
Also, Sir Spooky got spookier.
He got
He's
spookier.
terrifying now.
With the statue, I want to, at its side, extend... Oh, I never saw Vladimir. Never mind, I can't.
Okay.
Wanted to make a little romantic gesture, but I can't do that. Because I don't know what he looks like.
Fair enough. Do you leave the door open or shut it?
I know he walks over to shut it, so I will leave it open.
He will, in fact, slowly walk around and come to shut the door. All right, so you guys walk. Meanwhile, Mim and Andar and Irina, do you guys want to have any chat moment there, or you guys just kind of observing?
Well, that was while Andar and I were in the other room, right? At least part of it.
Sure, we can make that happen. So then Irina will just stand in the middle and kind of wait on guard, and then you guys will come back around the same time, and we'll just make that easy.
Sounds good.
So you guys exit the room as Mim and Andar come around.
Oh, how'd it go?
What?
I think it would be a terrible idea to go back into that room.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, well, you guys changed, so that's good. So does that mean you're not wanting to go back in there?
Funny thing, we've come to the same conclusion.
Okay, I turn to Andar, and I put my hand up for a high five.
Oh, very slowly. Touch your hand.
Yeah. Cool.
I'll catch up to Mim. Do you know there's a secret love story here?
What? Please tell.
Maybe we should walk and talk. Starting to not like this place.
All right. Well, I'll fly and talk. Have we explored other parts of this castle?
So you guys slept over here.
Oh, okay.
This is where you guys, well, technically you like this whole room, you guys explored.
Right, because of the, yes.
And that's where you guys, slept and did the dream stuff.
Mm-hmm. And did we come up from these stairs?
Correct.
Door? Okay.
You have not explored the majority of this floor, and you guys basically like almost systematically skipped the first floor and most of the second. Well, like half of the second.
Cool. What is that stairs too? Okay.
Correct.
You didn't go in here, right? This room?
I do not believe so, no.
Okay, but I'm not gonna lead because
This room you did see there was the bubbling in the bathtub.
Oh yeah. Ugh. Well, then leave.
Should we retrace our steps, or is there a faster way out?
We retrace our steps, we know it's clear.
guys don't want to look for anything else? I mean, we found some pretty cool stuff already. We'll just be careful and quiet before we leave.
If I find a ghost bim, so help me, I don't know if I could live with another one.
I'm gonna open that door.
All right.
Yay.
So looking into that room, you see
There's another door.
map. Here we are.
Is this the chapel he told me? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, you guys looked over the balcony of the chapel, but you've not been down to the downstairs.
The chapel there. Okay.
This room has dark wood paneling on the walls that rises to a height of 3 feet. Above the paneling, the walls are painted with murals of religious figures performing holy rites. In the center of the west hall is a tattered curtain hanging in an open doorway. 3 tall, slender stained glass windows set into the opposite wall depict figures in white robes with orange sunrises behind their heads. Alistair and Andar, both of which are familiar, roll me religion checks.
Oh, that was.
Oh, natural 20 for a 21.
All right, Andar, you looking at it, you're like, well, the middle's obviously the Morning Lord. But the other two, you're not quite sure. Alistair, you look at it and you see that in order from north to south, the windows are Saint Andrel, who's had the church dedicated to him in Vallaki, the Morning Lord, and then Saint Markovia, who the abbey is dedicated to in Kresk.
That's, if I'm not mistaken, that's the Morning Lord and the 2 saints.
You say so.
Dan's on the roof. Did you mean to go to the roof?
Yeah. She said, I'll follow you. Lead the
Okay,
way."
cool.
Okay, but somebody freaking distracted me with an open room. So,
Alistair, real quick, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Mim, stop moving. You're
17.
I'll go back to where I was.
No, you can. You got to hear.
Oh, okay. Oh God.
A 17. You hear this gurgling from the room just around the corner from you.
I think it's time we go. We need to leave.
Oh, it's just a bathtub.
Yeah, plumbing in Barovia sucks. We should go.
Fine. I'm gonna go here, close the door, and then follow.
Okay.
Don't worry, Strahd, right behind you.
Will you not?
All right. Oh, I activated that too fast. Let me. Not everyone's gonna be there.
So we started going up the steps and we fell back down.
All right. Everybody hit your arrows.
And what? Ah, go. There we go.
Doctor Who, no.
All right.
Do we open the door here?
Now, Sten, you were the first one up here. So you come to the top of the staircase, and you're going to be on the roof for probably about 30 seconds before everyone makes it up.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we already were on the roof. I see. Okay. This.
Yeah, here. In fact, I'll use Irina here to... Alistair, are you stuck?
Guys, I'm stuck in a doorway.
No! I go over
It's a
and I
mimic.
I can't even move you. You're full stuck.
Dude, I'm stuck.
Here,
All right, see ya.
here. Let me put you back
Where'd I
in.
go? I'm gone.
Oh, dude, he got eaten by the door.
Here, let me. Well. Oh. This is the roof. You guys saw all of it. So there's also very much going to probably be 2 dudes that you guys have absolutely defeated that we'll need to fix here in a sec. But you guys can see the roof. You've been here.
Wait, we fought?
Yeah, at the, I think it was like at the edges.
Correct.
And I went the other way because I'm done.
Okay, so I think it was up and then out, right? Is that how we got here?
Because I fell into this room.
Correct.
And then I was here north. Yeah, oh, surprise.
I really like how the arrows work and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, the arrows are good.
It's because the staircase is that way. I am, however, going to stop at the bottom of these stairs because I'm quite scared of this chapel.
You guys are moving so fast, I can't keep up with you with the scene switches in Irina. So I'm just going to remove Irina.
Oh, that's so funny.
Here, and
Oh.
and then I'll just place Irina when you're done.
It took me back to the scene that you
Oh,
were.
sorry. I'll
I'm in a
fix
dark
it.
room.
It's okay.
I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it.
Everything is chaos.
And then Ander. Wait, Ander, were you staying up there for a reason?
Nope.
All right, cool. Then I'm just gonna follow everybody, and we'll get to where everybody is. All right.
We get to the bottom of the stairs. It's just pitch black.
Oh, did we miss it?
I found myself. So we're still looking over the chapel?
Oh, you guys wanted to stay on 3. All right. No, you're on 2nd. Who's on 3? No one's on 3? Okay, cool.
My
Who's on
vision's on 3.
I'm with
I'm
Sten.
fixing it. There's a lot of fast movement. There we go.
Cool.
I think that's everyone. And then poof, Irina's been there the whole time.
I've been here the whole time.
Adding Irina removed my ability to interact with my token.
Yep, you're broken here.
Dude, Irina's the mimic.
There.
Dun, dun, dun.
Aster,
Is there
can you
still a
move?
sense of-
Cool.
Yes.
What was your
is there a sense
question?
of dread here still?
Pretty pervasive throughout the keep, yes. It's just this heavy weight.
I'll look to Mim and or maybe I would have told him while we were walking downstairs. Sir Godfrey told us not to go to the chapel.
Oh.
I know we found ourselves right here, but he wouldn't elaborate, but I can tell why.
This sucky feeling reminds me, and I'll light the sword back up.
Real quick, I'm just giving you guys the vision that you had before with Irina. Irina's not actually running full speed around the castle.
Mm-hmm.
I think we checked this one.
You checked both of those bathrooms, so I've already lit them up.
Oh, okay.
I only. Oh.
This one was
That's
the
right.
one that smelled and seemed to have almost like a mushy floor.
And it was locked too.
This one, why can't I ping? I can't seem to ping. Here, let me try it over here. There. This one was the squishy floor one. And this one was the one with the gurgling that was locked. And then this little alcove is where the statue was that then had the identity crisis.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll get out of the chapel.
Oh, also you
Okay.
you guys investigated this room,
What room?
that room.
Upper left. And I used his wand in there.
Correct.
Right, the enemy detection one. That's what
And
we
there's
did not
enemy
go that
detection that
way.
pointed down below this staircase,
Right.
to the right, and then when you guys went into this room, it was pointing in this direction.
Yeah.
That's where you guys headed.
Out, I presume.
Yes.
Dang it.
Unless anyone feels a strong pull towards anywhere but that corner. I'll point to this corner.
We looked. Yeah, we looked in here. Okay.
Yes.
Right,
I
right.
tried to make it accurate to everything that you guys have seen that I
Yeah.
can think of off the top of my head.
Did we go down these side steps here, or did we just go down the main step?
I think those go up.
What happened to Alistair?
Oh, I
don't
think
know.
you're right.
He's been taken by the chapel.
The fucking darkness overtook me. Oh, there's two of me.
Uh-oh.
This happens a lot.
All right. Weird things are happening with Alistair.
We need to leave.
Oh, I never had. Okay, when we were talking with Godfrey, the windows on the left side, do they show the courtyard?
The windows on the left. So when you were talking with Godfrey, to the left of that room was a fireplace. There were no windows
no
on
windows.
on that wall. There was a above the mantle. There was an imprint of what appeared to be where a shield once hung.
Okay. I guess his meme is passing. Man, were there windows in that room up ahead?
Yeah, I zoned out. There were windows in that room.
Were there
Sorry.
windows in that room?
Is that a question for me that you're asking me, Sasha?
Yeah.
No. There's a fireplace in that room, and there's a giant
Okay, and
painting
then
above
where
the.
Yeah. No, there were no windows.
Andar, did you already head downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
I didn't. Also, go ahead.
I'm
Nope.
recalling briefly that there was a delivery outside. I'd like to make sure it's not there.
I'll send
This
Doctor
is-
Who outside. Just don't have him.
What do you mean?
Immediately sent downstairs. That's funny.
All right. Let me follow that real quick. I just need to find one quick thing.
If I hit play on the Watch Together playlist, is it going to play for everybody?
Yes. I know this exists. I just have to find where. Anyway, so is everyone waiting while the front doors get checked? Is that what's happening? Or are people doing other things?
I wanted to kind of go down this hallway a little bit. I stealthed. I wanted to kind of sneak away.
Okay, roll me stealth. Oh, you did already.
I already did. Yeah, I was waiting.
Cool. Go ahead.
Did we go in this room yet? Is this one?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Okay, can I listen at the door?
You can roll me a perception check.
Check. Normal. Well, that sucks. 12.
You don't hear anything on the other side of the door.
And as far as I know, Andar's wand was pointing up, above, like north, basically, right?
Yes.
I open it.
All right. In this room, you see two beds with torn canopies stand against opposite walls, with a tattered rug lying on the floor between them. Set into the far wall is a fireplace black with soot. A soft hiss issues from the hearth.
Like a snake hiss or like an evil like hiss?
Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Hell?
Oh shit.
Ah, it's loud.
That is very loud, and I'm fixing it. Apologies. Where did we go?
Damn, you just got teleported to redacted.
Here we're on the second floor. Oop. All right, there we go.
Sorry.
More of like a coming
And
from the
I
hearth.
can't see it. And like a cat? Ah,
It's
shit.
a hiss.
I roll animal nature. No, it's fine. At what point are they? I don't want to take away from what they're doing, checking with the owl and stuff.
Okay.
So.
Is everyone else just waiting for the owl to check?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Give me half a second. I just need to get a thing. Because I had this set before, but now I can't because it reset the module. None of these selectable. Let's see.
Whatever said the module. I guess she called Jazzy Moo.
Damn. Worst part is I had this set.
This carpet looks so gross.
It's nasty. Everything's very desiccated in this place. You can tell it's been this way for a long, long time.
Yay.
If Vladimir would stop being a lazy punk, maybe, you know, you could start dusting or something. Baby steps.
That's what I'm saying.
You live in a sty, you're bound to be a pig, Vladimir. Grow up!
Damn.
I'm not projecting my own.
All right. We'll just theater the mind it, because I can't find the thing. So, heading down to the first floor. Boop. Doctor Who makes it to the front. I need to activate this so everyone can Doctor Who makes it to the front door, manages to open the front door, and sitting right here, there's a large coffin lying in the middle of the road.
Love it.
I'm going to be looking through Doctor Who's eyes this whole time. And I'll like pop out of it. Well, appears to be some sort of box.
We don't touch this one, right?
I'll kind of side eye and then think to have Doctor Who not land on it right now.
Found it. We'll have not Doctor Who not land on it. Sorry.
Oh, no, you
There it is.
landed on it. But then Sten said that, and I'll just like quickly have him move.
Okay.
Yes. Why would we touch it?
My God. Reminds me of an old YouTube series, Wiener versus Brain. You remember what happened last time?
All right. Moving back upstairs. So, at this point, Mim has opened the door and is listening as Doctor Who gets back. Mim, are you just waiting, or what are you doing?
Can I... Sorry. I'm going to... I was just checking Druidcraft if I could do like a little... I could snuff out a candle or something, or I wanted to somehow make a light happen, like a slight light closer to the scary sound.
Right.
So I guess I'll do Druidcraft, and I'm assuming... Are there any candles that I can see?
Not in this room, no. Just the fireplace.
You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna close the door.
All right.
It's fine. And I'm gonna... Whoop. I just want to go to the corner, and then... Like, I'm still trying to stealth, like... Kronk in Emperor's New Groove.
Okay.
And then I peek... I just want to peek around the... Yeah, exactly. I just want to peek around here.
All right. You look into that hallway.
Okay.
And... This T-shaped hallway has branches to the west, east, and south. 3 arched windows in the north wall look out over the foggy grounds.
Okay. And there's nothing in the hallway as far as I can see.
Correct.
Besides... Oop. Alright, then I'm just gonna go back with the group.
Okay.
My curiosity has been slightly satisfied, except I don't know what's in the fireplace, but that's fine. There's something in the fireplace in that room. And I point to it.
It's not a fire?
Nope. But it made like a hiss sound.
A fire, but growls just the same. Interesting.
Well, it was dark, it wasn't lit, so I know it definitely wasn't a fire. But it might not be bad because Andar's wand didn't point to it. So if someone wants to go check it out, that would greatly satisfy my curiosity. Thank you.
I'm okay. Mim, there is a coffin outside. Please don't touch it. Please don't touch it.
Okay. I promise I will not touch the coffin. I'm like holding my hands together tightly.
Because you know exactly what's going to happen if you touch it.
Yes, I do. I've learned a lesson.
Why do you want to touch the coffin?
I don't want. Okay. You told me not to. That's probably why. Okay. And there's always you never know, because what if it's something different? What if there's gold in there?
What if there's 2 vampire spawns in there?
That is also very true. But you never know what opportunities you're gonna miss out on. Anyway, I'm not gonna touch it.
Gold.
I'm not gonna touch
Hand out
the
a
coffin.
handful of gold to him.
Thanks.
He shares.
He's just trying to get me to not touch the coffin, even though it's fine.
Mim,
Okay.
I'm not looking for the opportunity of death again. Please don't touch the coffin.
Okay, just don't take your eyes off of me. And you'll see, I won't touch the coffin.
I'm just going to touch the coffin.
No.
Alright, so you guys make it back into this main entryway.
Oh yeah, we did not explore anywhere in here. God, killing me. Maybe when we come back.
Oh, while you're outside, not touching the coffin, Sir Godfrey mentioned a tomb? A tomb. It's behind the castle, and he said that's where we should be returning the bones. Have we seen that yet?
I don't believe so. Didn't ring a bell.
Go check it out.
I think we should go. Oh, he did say that it is heavily guarded.
Oh.
So find it, but don't get close. But it was probably a good idea to find before we leave.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send Doctor Who to just kind of do a perimeter on the castle.
Good.
Alright.
Is the coffin slightly open?
No. That's
Oh,
just
it's
the
just-
only coffin that is available.
Dang.
Silly Heinrich never closing his coffins.
So, Doctor Who does a perimeter on the castle. And we'll zoom out so we can see. So, as Doctor Who flies around, you can see the outer edge of the whole building. And you can see that it was built pretty symmetrically. As you come to this backside, you see that there is a graveyard behind the castle. Kind of built into where a wing might have been. And there is, in fact, a spirit standing guard at the door who kind of looks up and sees Doctor Who flying by, but doesn't take much notice or move from his position. And as Doctor Who continues to fly, you see that on this collapsed side of the building, there are a number of spirits chilling in this collapsed ballroom area where the remains of these collapsed towers lie destroyed. And then swings back around and perches on Andar's shoulder.
I found it.
Was it heavily guarded?
No.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. There's a thing there.
A thing.
Maybe
A scary
it's
thing.
stone.
A spooky thing. Big thing, small thing.
One thing, two thing. Red
Red
fish.
thing, but yeah.
Basically, did it look like something we could take?
Yes.
Okay. I feel good.
It's not even a little bit hidden.
Cool.
That's wonderful news.
Oh god, but there might be other things hidden. Okay.
You guys are level 9, right?
Yeah, we just leveled up
yeah.
to level 10 at the end of last session, remember?
I must have forgot. We should have an extra level because of the inconvenience.
Yeah.
I was just checking.
Yeah, we are 9. Well, if it's easy to find and not as well guarded as we were told, that's 2 wonderful good things. And I'll really quickly shoot a look at Mim to see our distance from the coffin.
I'm looking at the coffin. I'm not moving.
There were also a whole horde of other spirity looking things just around the corner of it, so I don't know if the one spirit who's guarding it, if he starts yelling, they'll all come out, but it's entirely possible there's more. But they were so far away.
Oh, those could also be the spirits that Esmeralda warned me about. The ones who just hate change.
Chains?
No, change. Changing things for the worse or for the better here. Like it just the way it is.
Well, let's avoid them.
Where are they so we can avoid them?
The south. The south side. The whole part of the castle that's collapsed. They've burrowed in there.
Very cool. Because
This
that's
is
the
awful.
direction we're going.
Oh no.
Just over there. And I'll point south and take a step in front of the tiny ferry.
Okay.
What does this coffin look like? Does it look like the other coffin?
This coffin is
See, I'm not the only one you guys need to worry about.
Yeah, but see, I didn't get told because they know I'll just do it. I won't ask.
I think the thing is I ask and then I still do it.
It is a pure black coffin with silver ornaments.
Oh.
So much the same.
Much the same.
And I knew about this ahead of time because it was a vision with the statue, is that right?
No,
something
you
like that?
you did a perception check and you heard a noise outside.
Oh, when we were on the roof portion.
Correct. And then I think you looked out over the edge. You heard a noise downstairs, and then later when you were on the roof, you looked over and you saw that
That's
it was
right.
there.
That's right. Okay.
Shall we venture forth then? Pip, pip. Come on. Wait, maybe this way.
Did you say Pip Pip?
Nope.
So, just to be clear, what exactly is our plan?
Don't touch the coffin is the plan.
And
Obviously.
then we're gonna smash a witch.
I think we're gonna find some bones, bring them back here, place them in a place that something else doesn't want us to put them in, and then hope that solves some things.
That's just about the plan. We're thinking that the witch maybe has the jewel for Davian. So we'll investigate that.
But we have to find
Oh, go ahead.
her heart.
Yes, that was part of a riddle to help the Fane.
Oh, yep.
So that's 2 parts, and then if she's riding around on a dragon, that's 3 parts here. So we have a multi-part journey all in the same place. All the while, there's a flooded town where apparently Mayrina was from, if I recall that was her name, which I guess sort of started this whole Strahd will take over everything. So much to learn in such a small space.
That makes sense.
Gonna be very busy time.
We'll have so much extra time if we don't touch that coffin. Please keep going.
And just a reminder, as you step out into outside, it is pouring rain.
Right.
It is thick, it is heavy, there is thunder in the distance. The fog is thick along the ground.
I will continue doing my control water umbrella.
look back up at Andar and say, do you mind?
Well, I suppose this is one way to keep you away from that thing we don't want you to touch.
I won't touch it! Oh. There's a mini me and the normal me.
That's funny.
You've
Honestly,
mounted Andar.
My piece should probably be that small anyway. Also, I don't like that.
It's a family stream. On the map, did we have to go like out back in like a big C shape around, or was it to the south just to get straight back down to the swamps?
So in order to actually get to the swamp from where you are,
Oh,
Sorry.
the path.
there's either you'll have to go up and around, or you could cut east through the forest for about what is that? 4 hours, looks like. That's about a third of your travel time. So yeah, we'll say like 4 hours. And you'd be cutting through wilderness to try and cut that gap. Otherwise, you're going to be doing.
Wasn't our plan to cut this gap but do it flying?
I think we talked about it, but I don't think we had decided. Like from just straight north.
To take you 2.5 days to go around, or it'll take you 4 hours to cut through the wilderness.
Just directly to the east wilderness cut through?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of didn't mind risking it and pay for the water.
What's the worst that could happen?
And I didn't know you could be funny.
I'll side-eye you on my back, remaining very dry.
What? It's a compliment.
We could just all fly again. Granted, we might be exhausted on the other side. We'll be flying against rain.
I could only fly for an hour. Might be a little far for me.
It's really strange that Argynvostholt is so close to that other path, but it doesn't, and it looks like there's a walkway to the path, but we still have to cut through the wilderness.
Also, is it 4 hours of cutting through the wilderness, or like if we straight path above trees, is this still 4 hours?
Straight path above trees.
Yeah, because if we're flying and there's nothing in our way to stop us, right?
Oh. So flying is faster. We determined by like, I think we said it, like for ease we were doing it like 1.5 times. So you do get there in like 2.5 hours instead of 4.
So I would just plummet out of the sky. I can't do it.
Because didn't we determine that like normally if your movement speed's like 30 or 40, that like flying is like 50 or 60? Is that what we determined last time?
My flying speed would be double.
Okay.
80 feet.
So you'd be able to make it in 2 hours.
Let's see if I can even
The
take
fly
that.
spell has a flying speed of 60.
Mine's 30, but I can...
Which is also double your movement speed. So yeah, so
Yeah.
we can say that flying it would be 2 hours. We'll just safely say that for intents and purposes.
I can only take myself. I can't take extra people.
But just to double check, triple check, Sir DM.
Yes.
This down here, there's no way to, if you zoom in, that's not a pathway to the path.
That is a ridge.
Like a
Why did the music stop?
music.
Question, is it a ridge
I haven't
we
even
can
had any music.
jump off of?
Oh, it's up. It looks... That's weird.
Is it a ridge you could jump off of? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, because if some of us have flight for a limited amount of time, theoretically we could jump off of a cliff and catch ourselves with flight. And if that just skips all of the travel. Or featherfall.
I mean, so if it doubles your speed for half of it, right? And you were to feather fall down, then that would take you a total of 3 hours instead of 4. Because if it's full flight, then you double your speed, that's 2 hours. If you're able to fly half.
What I'm asking is this ridge that we can see on the map right above the path or not?
No, so there is no path. There's just wilderness. But she's asking about like here. There's like this line next to the castle. Yeah. And that just appears to be like it's almost like a ridge canyon thing.
It looks like they connect right here, right?
Yeah.
So,
but okay. Basically, you're saying no. This canyon is not a way that cuts to the path, the dotted red line path.
I don't know of any mention of any pathway between these 2 points in anything that I've seen. So, this is wilderness, and this is a decorative ridge for purposes of the map because this is a hilly region.
Those were hiking then?
Yeah.
If we get particularly tired halfway through, we could just fly to the rest.
Correct, too.
This is true.
All right. So you guys begin hiking.
For intents and purposes, I'm gonna summon Shadow Alistair just to have him out should the need arise.
Fair enough. Let me double check. What's the tingle tally for
Oh yeah.
Andar?
I'm at 3.
Hang on, I gotta find out where I put it. I'm at 3.
Okay. At this point, put your guys up. Put both of your tingle tallies up to 4. And then who's leading the hike? Real quick.
Could I see water from the top of the castle, or was there too much rock around to see that far out?
You could not see the river. No.
Okay.
It's
it would leave.
Cool. Oh, I didn't see Hermes stepped away. You want to take a quick restroom break?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. We'll take a quick restroom break. All right,
Okay.
Chat, we'll be right back. Let me pause the...
Oh, and you don't do emote battles during
I do.
D&D, right? You do? Yes.
All right, I'll be right back. Muted. All right, we're back in the pouring rain. Who is leading the hike?
I am.
All right, I need you to roll me a d20.
Do I add anything to that or just straight 20 roll?
Grade 20.
This is why nobody wants to lead.
15.
15. Let me see. Roll me again.
$19.
19. All right. So, you guys start heading out into the woods. The rain is pouring down on you again. You're in this thick mud. There's thunder crashing from the heavens. And this rain has not let up for days at this point. The ground is sopping and the mud is thick and the ground gives way under every step. The fog is thick in front of you and seems to cling to the trees. And you're trudging through the woods, desperately trying to make progress. You spend a few hours slogging along, desperately trying to make progress. About 2 hours in, the trees seem to narrow in the distance, and you, Alistair, as the leader, hear a faint noise ahead of you that seems to almost be some sort of rhythmic gong noise. It's faint at first, but as you take a few more steps, it starts to grow louder.
We're coming up on something. Heads up. And I'll just bring Shadow Alistair up with me and just head. I'll head quietly. Try and walk a little bit softer. Like a stealth roll with that.
Dr. Who ahead.
Was that a question for me or for Alistair?
Oh, I just said I'm going to send Doctor Who ahead.
Oh, got it. All right, so Alistair, roll me stealth, and Doctor Who can fly ahead. And then Mim, Sten, are you guys hanging back?
Alistair, are you continuing to move just quietly?
Yeah.
I'll follow suit.
Okay, so roll me stealth, and then Mim.
I'll do that too. I'll go off and I'll try and follow in stealth.
All right.
16.
Got it.
18.
Irina, seeing the rest of the group stealth, is going to follow suit. She rolls low, a 5.
Irina, shh.
So everybody but Andar kind of starts creeping through the thicket. Andar rolls his head back and starts flying ahead with Doctor Who. Alistair and Doctor Who, being the first ones forward, see that striding confidently through the mist comes a figure cloaked in black leather with a wide-brimmed black hat and a long beaked black mask. Over his shoulder is a large black bag, and he seems to be beating a slow, steady rhythm on a cowbell with a short stick. He's walking through the forest.
Okay, crazy. Just going to get my crossbow out and ready.
All right.
Andar was staying still and we were all moving forward.
Correct.
I would like to not have gone as far. I would like to still be able to see Andar.
That makes sense. So Mim hangs back just a little bit. Alistair and Sten are up at the front.
How far away from me are they?
I'll say they've gotten about 60, 80 feet from you at this point.
Or following them.
Okay.
Get within 60 or so.
Cool.
Does this figure match anything about Munster?
That's a good question.
Size,
it isn't Munster. Let me take a look at Munster real quick.
Because he was like wearing black and had the plague mask.
Correct. Here we go. So his garb is very similar. This is a different sized person.
Okay.
You can tell that the gait is different and that his actual he doesn't have the same body proportions. But he is wearing a very similar outfit. That is correct.
Okay. Do you think he knows Munster?
Maybe. I mean, looks similar.
You know, maybe that's not a very good connection, just in case, you know, we didn't leave a good impression or something.
As he gets closer, the sound of the gonging gets louder, and you can see that he definitely has some sort of rhythm to it. And you can also hear he's slightly humming to himself from beneath the mask.
Do you think friendly or?
Oh, I think I hate to find out that. Well, there's only one way to find out, right? Friend, and I'll walk forward and raise my hand to him.
Okay.
Oh! I didn't expect to find anyone out here.
I'll bring out my drum as just kind of like a silent gesture of like,
I'm still trying to be stealthed.
All right, that's fine.
I'm gonna walk within 30 feet of the group.
Sounds good. So Irina and are kind of hanging back a little bit. Sten and Alistair approach. Mim is stealth back with Irina and Andar.
Salutations! Wonderful to meet you.
And he takes his hat and doffs it, and you can see that the mask wraps almost all the way around his head, and that the top of his head as he bows is completely shaven. But he bows very low, almost sweeps his hat against the ground before bringing it back up.
Nice to meet your acquaintance as well. What brings you out this way?
Oh, I merely am searching for subjects, examining them for signs of plague and contagion and such.
And he taps the bag hanging over his shoulder.
well, any luck?
Well, I'm not a doctor. I'm
Hold on, let me back up.
I'm not a doctor.
Well, let me just say, I merely do the preliminary examinations. I take them back to Kresk for full examination by the abbot himself.
Oh.
Oh, incredible! I have bad news for you. Good luck. Have a good day.
Wait, when's the last time you got up to Kresk?
Oh, it's been a couple weeks now. I've been venturing forth, collecting samples. Want to make sure I come back with a full haul, you understand.
He's a hell diver.
Bum, 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 bum.
Instead. Your turn.
Well, what have you collected so far?
Well,
And he unzips the bag, and you can see that inside the bag are...
I'm gonna take several steps back when he unzips that bag.
Yes, actually, Alistair and Sten, standing very close to him, he unzips the bag, and this rancid smell pours forth. And you can see that there's not only a full naked human corpse in the bag, but there's also multiple body parts of some human, some appear to be... you can see one that's very hairy. It seems almost as if he got a werewolf leg. And other various kind of...
fucking bag.
He's carried a big bag.
What the fuck?
Oh, I see your problem with these. They're dead and rotting.
well, yes, of course. I couldn't carry them properly if they were still squirming.
Are you the reason they're dead and rotting?
Oh, no. I'm not the violent type myself. I'm a doctor.
Are you sure about that?
Why, yes. The
Well, I
good
ask this
doctor,
question
they
to all
call
the
me.
doctors I come across. Every doctor I come across, I ask the same question.
That's
Apples or
sure
oranges?
about the...
Apple, well,
Oh, he said apple. Interesting.
yes, Apple Day keeps the doctor away, as they say. Unfortunately for these folk, it's a little too late to keep the doctor away with things such as apples.
Why does an apple keep a doctor away? What a weird saying.
Well, I presume it's something to do with health, but who knows?
they just
I've never
don't
been one
taste
for fruit
usually.
myself. Anyway, I'm on to the next town to inspect for any signs of plague. One cannot be too careful in these dark days. By the way, neither of you seem to carry any signs of the plague, do you? No contagions?
And he starts kind of like moving his neck back and forth and...
No, we've really eschewed the plague away.
You wouldn't happen to be willing to submit to my tests to determine your health, would you? Just to be safe.
What kind of tests?
He digs into his pocket and pulls a fist-sized yellow gemstone out of his bag.
Nothing but too intrusive. Just a mere check of your health.
Does it look valuable, this gem?
Roll me a perception check, quick.
Can I also do that?
Yeah.
Can I see from there?
You're far enough back that you can see. You wouldn't be able to determine its value from that distance.
That checks out. Just optimistic, I guess.
All right. With a 14, Alistair, you're like, oh, that's a pretty hefty gem to just be hauling around in your pocket. With an 18, Sten, you're looking at it and you're like, that gem seems particularly shiny. Either it's polished or there's something up with that gem.
Yeah, what is this gem of yours?
Well, why don't you take a look?
And he hurls it. And
Oh, fuck.
as he throws it, I need a wisdom saving throw from you both. And we're going to go into combat. And I'm going to need...
Oh my god, it's a Pokeball. Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay.
I got 9.
All right. So with a 9, I need you to roll me a D100.
Me with my measly 9.
Please be wild magic. Please be wild magic. Please be wild magic.
That's pretty spooky sounding.
Are we still on the map, or is that just me?
74.
It is. It's about to be not.
Okay, I thought that was
74.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna DM you. You are afflicted with a form of short-term madness.
No.
Oh no.
As the gem breaks at your feet. Let me double check terminology for how long that lasts.
I wish I had failed.
I could have sworn madness was in the Dungeon Master's Guide. I'll look it up real quick. But anyway, I'm gonna DM you the specific type of madness that you have gained. Let me find you.
Okay.
Here we go. It says for short-term madness, I need you to roll me a D10.
3.
Okay, so that'll last for 3 minutes.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
And in the meantime, let me just make sure I have the proper stats for this boy in place.
Oh, Alistair, you dropped it.
What is happening?
All right.
Dude, tell me that you are like obsessed with being late to things now, because that would be so funny.
It would be very funny. I start grain everywhere immediately.
All right, and then I need initiatives from everybody. I'm gonna put it on the combat so that everyone can roll that way if they so choose. Or you guys can let me know your initiatives in chat for those who prefer the regular dice. What the fuck? That's not right.
What? Oh.
Fuck your 57 initiative. God damn.
Yeah, that's not right. Hold on, let me re-roll.
Plus 52. Oh my god.
An intelligence.
That makes more sense.
Oh.
Are we keeping the same one that we just rolled?
For your...
You want a new one?
I just re-rolled his because his was incorrect. Everyone else
Didn't
should
you
be
ask
fine.
Didn't you ask for an initiative roll just this last one?
Yes.
How about this? Okay.
So is that the 18?
No, that was a perception check.
Got
I
it.
rolled
Cool.
a 9 on the initiative.
Got it.
I don't think I'm tied with anybody.
9. And then Doctor Who. All right. So, Mim, you're the first one.
Shadow Alistair should be in here too. I don't know if you track his initiative or
Oh,
not.
right. I think he acts on your turn, right?
Yes, he does.
So he'll be there.
Why did it roll twice for me for initiative?
It
That's
rolled twice for me too. It rolled once as my first name and once as my first and last name.
yeah, that's weird. I just
Oh, that's
deleted
weird.
this. Oh. Are we on this new scene?
Yes, I'm activating it now.
Okay, sorry. Ooh, loud.
Sorry, let me fix that. This is a... a depiction of the forest.
Yay. Okay. Da, 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 da. All right, you said I'm first?
You're first.
All right, I will dash. That's my bonus action. Cast Booming Blade. And I will roll to hit with my short sword. Wait. I was stealthed, so do I get advantage?
Yes, you would get advantage.
Okay. 28 to hit.
28 will hit.
Okay.
The music is good.
So, and then damage from the booming blade is 1d8 when I first hit. Is that correct? I think that. And then sneak attack.
Got it.
All right. So, 7. What is that? 17 plus 7 is 24 with my sword, and then the booming blade's
29.
5. Yeah.
Got it.
And that would be my turn.
Got it. The music's really glitching for me. Is it glitching for anyone else?
No.
Weird. Alright. Which brings us to Andar.
The first one I rolled is the Andar one. Andar Lightwood's the second one, so technically I'm after Arena.
Got it. Yeah, that is weird that there's 2 of you. I'll get rid of that. Alright, so Irina goes. She is going to cunning action to dash, which will get her to here. And then she's going to attack with her rapier as well. That'll absolutely hit. On 11 damage. Damage. Oh, there's yeah, there's 2 Mims too. That's so weird. All right, Andar.
I am gonna run up here. When he threw that gem at Ben and Alistair, did they react in any way, shape, or form?
It exploded at their feet, and like this mist came out of it.
Yeah, he's gonna shoot a firebolt at.
Got it.
Yeah. 18 to hit.
That'll hit. Nine fire damage. Alright. He, on his turn, is going to, seeing you guys come out of the woodwork, is going to turn and see Mim and is going to multi-attack Mim. Let's see. The first attack is going to be a 22 to hit. You're muted.
Sorry. On the new character sheet, I'm trying to find what my AC, where my AC. Oh, 16. So 22.
Yep.
16. Dang it! I was gonna do shield, but okay. I'll just let him hit. It's fine.
All right. That'll be 3 damage.
What's this 1d4 that my game rolled for
It
me?
was meant to be. I just clicked on you to view his thing, and then I clicked the thing.
Wait, so how much?
3 damage.
Sorry. Oh, okay, easy.
And
peasy.
then he's gonna attack again, and that's gonna be the same 22, and then, so that'll hit, and he's gonna do 4 damage, slashing,
Cool.
and then he's gonna attack one last time, and that'll be a 21 to hit.
Is shield until
It's a
one
reaction,
round?
and then it lasts until your turn starts again.
He would still hit though.
No,
'cause
that's 5.
That'd be your new AC. Yeah.
What?
He would still
16
meet
plus
it.
5 is 21.
So meets it, beats it. So he would
Oh,
still.
I was looking at 17. Sorry. Okay, that's fine then. I'll let him hit. It's just a different dice, so it scared me. It's fine.
So he turns and he pulls out a scalpel and a bone saw, and he hacks twice with the scalpel, and then takes the bone saw and slashes across Mim's chest, and that'll do 5 slashing damage.
Ain't no thing. Chicken wing. I'll just do it later next time.
Which brings us to Alistair.
Okay, I was trying to be friendly to this guy, so I'm gonna say I didn't have the sword out, so I'm gonna summon the sword. That's my
Cool.
action. And Shadow Alistair is going to run up to be next to Min. But that is my turn.
Got it. Which brings us to Stead.
Okay, so this thing doesn't preclude me from doing. Oh boy, I'm just gonna message you.
Okay.
Andy says it's hard to hear the players. The music's quite loud.
I can do that. Thank you, Andy. Is that better?
Test, test, test. We were talking, and then blah, blah, blah.
Yep, fair point. Sasha, can you see the aura that I'm putting off?
Your yellow glow?
Yes.
Yeah. And then the
Okay.
white. Yeah.
Yeah, so white is dim and yellow is bright for use of Shadow Blade.
Cool. Thank you.
just cast Bane on Plague Doctor.
Cool.
It's a charisma save.
A charisma save coming up.
It needs a 16.
Cool. He rolls a 19.
Bonus action. I ought to have some. I do. Bonus action Bardic Inspiration to Mim.
Nay.
She's been sliced and diced.
Yeah, don't really.
Get yourself a D8.
To anything? Or is it about itself?
Ability check, attack roll, saving throw.
Okay.
All right, Mim.
Okay. I'm going to. Actually, wait. Can I fly here? And I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade. I might as well take advantage of the fact that I can actually use it this time. And attack, and then Booming Blade would be gone. Actually, wait, no, Booming Blade doesn't have to be gone because Booming Blade is a action. Shadow Blade is my bonus action spell.
Got it.
So.
Well, Booming Blade would go off because it only lasts a round. So it's gone from last round.
Right, but what I'm saying is I can cast it again because it's a cantrip. It's a cantrip and it's an action.
Correct.
Right? Okay. Well, I can't cast 2 spells, right? If it's a bonus action.
One can be if it's a
2 level
cantrip.
spells.
Yeah, you can do it on as a cantrip.
Yeah, you're good.
Cool. Okay. Attack. I have advantage, right? Because I'm across from my arena.
Yes.
Okay. 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Damage. Normal. Okay. 15 psychic damage. And that would be 2 for Booming Blade, and that's not right. So, and 21 for sneak attack. That's 36 or 738. Right.
Yes, 38.
Okay. Cool.
I hope that's math right. I didn't do the math, but that sounds right.
Yeah. 136. Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
That's my turn.
38.
Oh, I would have advantage anyway because I'm in dim light, but okay. Yeah.
Got it. You cleave into him.
And I say, nobody hurts me like that! And it's great.
Cool.
Yay.
That brings us to Irina.
I like being a somewhat higher level rogue. It's very, very fun.
Oh, which Irina is me. Whoopsies! All right, she's going to take a coordinated strike and hit the rapier. That's at advantage because Mim's behind. So that makes it a dirty 20, a very naughty 20. That'll be 9 damage to the good doctor, and he is targeted, so the next person to try and hit him has advantage. Alistair.
Wait, it's not me, it's Andor.
Yes, you're right, Andar. I clicked on the good doctor to do the health damage, and then I went next. That's on me. And Art, it's your turn.
And I'll move over here and shoot him with another firebolt.
Do it. That will not hit, but it is at advantage. That one will hit.
Hey.
Hooray.
Six.
6 damage. All right, which does bring us to the good doctor, who is going to turn and cast on Irina Vampiric Touch. The 14, that is not enough to hit. He goes to grab at her, and his like clawed hand through his glove scrapes along the breastplate that she is wearing across her chest.
As he makes that attack, Sentinel.
Oh, whack him.
Dirty 20.
Mm-hmm.
Is he undead?
He is not undead.
Okay.
Also, real quick, a 7 to hit. That's a +5, so that should have been a 16, which does meet her AC. I'm sorry, it does hit.
What was he attacking her with?
Vampiric Touch. It added 5. It's supposed to add 7. I'm not sure why it's only adding 5, but anyway.
That takes health away.
Yes, it would if it hit.
And I want to do
Silvery barbs.
Yes, please.
Got it. So he will re-roll.
Yes.
This will be +7, not 5, but it won't matter. He's gonna miss. Who do you give advantage?
Who's somebody already has it. The next person that attacks him is gonna have advantage, or no?
No, that's been used.
Okay, cool. I will give Alice. Can I give Shap? No. I'm sorry. I'll give Sten advantage.
Sten gets advantage.
Yeah.
He takes 15 radiant damage.
15 radiant damage.
Wow.
All right, he's starting to look pretty haggard.
I think you just plused 15. You added 15 to him.
I've got a system.
I know. That's why I was like.
Alistair, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna run up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna fucking cut this bitch a lot of times.
Do it.
All right. 16 to hit.
16 does hit.
Okay. For 14 radiant damage.
14 radiant damage. How do you want to do this? Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hit one button off. Go ahead.
Cool.
Next.
So attack again.
Yep.
Okay. Swing again. That's a 13. I don't think that hits.
My 13 does not hit.
Okay. So unleash incarnation.
Okay.
Shadow Alistair's gonna go. A 25 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay.
How do you want to do this?
Alistair's gonna run up and start slashing. Hit once, miss on the other, and then all of a sudden another radiant sunblade is just going to come through the guy's back towards Alistair.
All right.
Love that.
So as this blade sears through his chest, he looks down and gasps. And the blade sinks back out and he collapses, and Shadow Alistair is standing on the other side. He is gasping for breath and slowly stops moving on the ground. And you guys are out of combat. What? Oh no, you're cutting out. What was that?
Frozen.
Oh, it's glitching for me too.
Okay, so it's probably internet. Well, that's better.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Just barely. You keep kind of cutting in and out.
I think my internet's having a heart attack.
Yeah. Stream is down right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Back.
Oh, did it go down?
Looks like you're back.
Okay, cool. We're good. Did it go down, or did it go to like the BRB?
I went to BRB.
Okay, cool.
Did he make any calls for help as he was gasping?
No.
Okay.
Good shot, Al. Shit. Saved my life there.
As he's you do hear his last words though, as he's dying, is "You have it. Avenge me."
Yeah, about that.
He
Don't
dead.
count on it.
Then he dies.
All right, so the abbot sucked all around, and malice is the only good thing to ever come from that.
I miss Mel. Makes me so sad.
Is the crystal still on the ground?
No, the crystal's shattered.
Oh, okay.
He does have a messenger bag on his hip, along with the bag of open body parts.
Stan, that sucked a lot. How are you doing?
Super good.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna look through his messenger bag.
All right, you find one alchemist kit, one herbalism kit, 2 more yellow glowing gems, a severed preserved hand, a monkey's skull, a potion of greater healing, 75 gold and 100 copper, and 1 beaker full of some sort of bubbling green liquid.
Mim's eyeing the green liquid and the monkey skull.
Anyone know what any of this stuff does? I'll toss the gold and the money over to Mem.
Money!
Well, I can tell you that those crystals sure suck a lot. It's a massive headache.
Well, I sneezed a little bit, but I think they're fine.
I think we can take about 10 minutes to hang out.
Is this river actually here?
No.
Okay.
That was just a map. But you guys are halfway to your destination-ish through the woods at this point.
Can you remind me how much the money is? Sorry.
It was 75 gold and 100 copper.
Thank you.
What do you think that green potion is?
I'm gonna put all this stuff down on the ground and sit down and cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
All right. Endar starts whispering in the mud and incanting over the objects of the kit. Alistair, what do you do?
Everything happens moving so fast. I'm just gonna honestly probably sit nearish Andar, but not bother him.
And then Mim and Sten.
We're just taking 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I need an hour to attune to stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just hang out.
Sten.
Yeah, if no one has something for me, I'll also hang out.
All right. Irina's gonna sit. If one of him was just wandering around the forest, do you think that there are more of them, more like him out here?
I would think if it was a big problem, Malice would have forewarned us. I imagine people like him are few and far between.
Yeah.
His dead body is just lying just outside of your ring in the rain. Do you think maybe he's one of those mongrel folk? Like, you know, back in the Abbey?
Oh, a solid question. I'll get up and try and drag the body away from the group a little bit.
Okay.
And then once I'm successful in that, I'll look at Shadow Alistair, and see if he'll remove the mask of this doctor.
Alright, you are able to unclasp the mask. And you see that as you take off the mask, there behind the mask is the face of a young man with brilliant blue eyes and a completely shaved head.
Being as nothing happened, I'll meet up with Shadow Alistair and, like, you know how you can, like, lift a shirt and kind of, like, look underneath it? Is his body normal humanoid?
It appears to.
I don't think he is mongrel folk. Weird. This is strange. Does he look in the slightest bit familiar?
Not to you.
Okay. Anybody seen this kid before?
Irina looks over, kind of peers at him for a moment. Let me roll a history check for her. Thank you. I don't think so. He doesn't bear any resemblance to me.
Here's a question. Older or younger than me?
Younger.
Okay.
This is a late teen, early 20s max. All right. If everyone else is just chilling, and
I'll walk.
Oh, after you.
I'll walk up to Andar before he's done. So Andar, what is it? Oh, have I horribly misjudged the time?
No, it's great. This bubbly liquid is a delicious potion.
Oh.
It makes you very handsome. Go ahead and drink it immediately.
Okay, follow-up question. DM, how long has it been?
How long do you want it to have been?
2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Done.
I'll take the potion and drink it.
Oh no!
All right.
Why would you do that? No!
But I seem to be out of control the moment you say that. I just immediately, like, stone-faced, eyes glossed over, uncap it and down it.
Sten, without hesitation, takes this thing and gulps it back. Everyone reacts about as they did. Mim and Alistair are like, what are you doing? And Irina's like, Sten! And then as you drink this thing, it bubbles and burns down your throat. You can feel you double over and you're retching. You are now infected. I'm going to send you
Oh my god.
I'm going to send you a thing. Actually, real quick, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Roll fucking high, Nick.
It's been outside a minute, so Mim's silvery barbs doesn't count here. Just saving throw 18.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Then I will hold for now.
Oh, that tastes horrible. Oh my god.
Oh my God, Sten, why would you drink that?
Am I handsome? Oh my god.
Is that really why you drank that? Just because you thought it would make you handsome? He was clearly being sarcastic.
He was being sarcastic. Of course he was. Oh my god. I don't ever want to do that again.
Okay, then don't ever do it again.
I won't do that ever again.
Sit down.
I'll sit down.
Oh, I like this.
Wait, so what exactly was that potion?
I don't know.
I think it was garbage in a cup.
I clearly wasn't done performing the ritual. And I'll go back to try to finish it.
All right.
Then are you feeling all right?
I feel very queasy.
I need you, Sten, to start a second tally and put a 1 on it for me.
Okay.
Oh god.
Oh, fucking damn it.
I'm getting sick. He's gonna start a plague.
You know how Travis Willingham is always like, he loves magical weapons that like talk to him? Yeah, that's you are the same with infections apparently.
Well, I didn't release the infection lord.
Fair.
All right. Anything else that wants to be done during Andar's ritual?
Alistair, can I have the mask?
Oh yeah, and I'll hand you the plague doctor mask.
Cool. I like put it in my face and say, I like start being like.
It's a little big for your face, but
It's perfect. And then I shove it in my bag.
Stan, at this point, you're outside of the as the ritual will end, you'll be outside. But Andar, you finished the ritual. You do detect magic on both of the gems. Everything else is mundane. Other than obviously the potion of healing, but you recognize that as the potion of greater healing.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and make the choice to cast Identify on the gem, given the fact that Sten is acting peculiar.
Right? Just cast it or as a ritual?
As a ritual.
Got it.
I'm just gonna double over on my side. Oh my god. That is a
You
horrible
have an
idea.
upset stomach.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone just chilling for that that ritual as well, I presume, or is there any other discussions that anyone wants to have?
I'm chilling.
Can I fully give this body a once over just in case there is anything else on him?
Sure.
Can we roll anything for that?
Yeah, roll me an investigation check.
Okay. 17.
All right. The 17, you're able to pass over his full body. You can see that his stuff has a bunch of pockets. He's got a bunch of like weeds and stuff bunched, like shoved into various pockets. And then he has his scalpel and bone saw still in his hands. And you can see he did have a component pouch, which was evident from his spell casting. Otherwise, all of the belongings and valuables seems to have been taken by Andar.
I will just cut away the component pouch from him and throw it over to Mim.
Ooh.
Andar, after your 10 minutes, you determine that these gems are gems of madness. And essentially, they explode in a 20-foot radius when thrown and cause a DC 10 wisdom saving throw or be afflicted with short-term madness.
Do I know how stable they are? Like, is there a chance that I have them in a bag, they'll just randomly explode?
He was walking around with them in a bag, so they seem pretty stable.
He was a crazy person.
Correct. So that's of your own judgment.
Noted.
All right.
I'm sorry, could you remind me of everything that was in that bag?
Of course. 1 alchemist kit. In fact, let me just pop them into your inventory. That'll make your life.
And the thing that you gave me, Hermes, it was like,
Component pouch for spells.
thank you.
Is Sten still curled over on the ground?
Yeah.
Hey Sten, maybe try, just healing yourself a little bit.
No, it's all in my belly.
Yep, try it anyways.
No, I'm fine.
I'm gonna glance down at the gems in a very contemplative way.
I'm gonna save my energy for this journey.
Just edit this real quick so that it's proper. All right. Just reformatting this slightly, and then anything else anyone wants to do while you guys are all chilling in the rain?
Can you look at your messages real quick?
I can.
Thank you,
Just
sir.
a half second. All right. There are the gems of sadness. I have 2 of them. So, do you want the hand and the monkey skull in your inventory?
No, that's gross.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Tiny Fairy, there's a couple things over here that you may be interested in.
Ooh, and I like fly over, and I'm like, this is perfect. Do they do anything, or are they just beautiful?
Oh,
Okay.
they're not magic.
Well, they're magic in my heart.
Right.
Just so you all are aware, in my bag, I currently have I have a bag of 5 dead bats, and like bone dust, goat horn, lock of hair. Like, this is I'm just saying, I got the best bag.
All right. After a few minutes, Andar has identified the gems, and everyone has all of their things properly accounted for and distributed. You guys heading back into the woods to continue east.
I am going to hand Sten an elixir of health.
Right?
Say, please drink this as well.
Does it fix a stomach ache?
Yes.
I don't know if I believe you.
I mean, it's probably not going to make it worse.
I'll give it a go.
All right. You drink the elixir of health. Erase that second tally for me.
There was two?
Well,
You
no,
told
but
me just put one.
the one tally from the second tally set.
Shall I keep the category or remove that too?
The category?
Of the second set.
That one's gone.
Cool.
Because an elixir of health, which you guys have had for ages, cures any disease afflicting you and removes the blinded, deaf, and paralyzed and poisoned conditions. You guys have been carrying that for a long time. I thought for sure at some point you guys were going to try and cure a Doonby with it, but nobody thought to do that.
Well, Doonby hates us.
Yeah, Doonby's gone, so it's probably better now anyway.
Just let out a big burp. Oh. Thank you, Enda.
All right. As it kind of washes into your stomach, you feel this warm. You almost feel that bloating for a second before you belch, and then you're just kind of like content. That was nice. What a beautiful little drink. All right. Anything else anyone wants to do before you guys head off into the woods?
Do you want to do that, Brian, or no?
That's up to you, man. Oh, if I want to play as him. Got it. Mim.
Yeah.
Well, Alistair is rifling through the body. Shadow Alistair comes over, and kind of tilts his head at you. Are you wounded?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
How wounded
Yes.
are you?
4, 5, 6, 7. I'm feeling like 7 is less than what I feel normally. Of what I feel. I think 7, yeah.
Shadow Alistair kind of puts his hand on top of your head,
Uh-huh.
and you heal for 4 as this kind of glowing light emanates from his hand into your forehead. And then as it kind of the light fades and the warmth fades, he kind of like flicks his wrist out a little bit and kind of like jerks your head out of his hand a little bit. Not forcefully, but just kind of like pushes you a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. Thanks? I didn't know you could do that.
He does the big exaggerated eye roll and walks away.
I love
I'm
that
winning
asshole,
more.
Alistair.
Love it.
All right.
So,
Any other pre-woods activities?
Just, okay. I have the preserved hand and the monkey's skull.
Monkey
now?
skull, yes. A preserved hand and a monkey skull.
And is there anything...
It's a severed preserved hand.
Yeah. Is there anything that matters about what's in the component pouch?
No. It's just
Okay.
standard spellcasting stuff. You can tell looking at it. Well, I guess Andar could probably tell. It's themed. You could tell what type of caster he was from it, but I don't think you'd have that knowledge offhand.
Probably not. Cool.
All right. To the woods then. You guys start venturing forth again. Alistair in the lead again. All right.
Yes, sir.
At this point, about half the day has passed. You can tell that it's about mid-afternoon. The rain is still pouring. The thunder's still clapping in the distance. You guys manage to make it out of the woods into this weed-covered opening in the woods that seems to head both north and south. It almost looks more like a game trail. It's so overgrown, but you can see that it cuts through the woods and that the trees have stopped growing on the specific path. You guys also hear the rushing of water just ahead of you to the east. And you can see that the trees aren't so thick in front of you, and kind of through the fog you can presume that there's a river based off of the noises that you hear. What do you do?
What's our plan from here?
Well, I just so happen to have a boat.
Oh, could be a good idea. About what time is it?
Mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Should our first stop be the ruins? Or just keep an eye out for whatever that thing travels on? Walking trees or something?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I imagine as we head closer to the ruin, we might come into a bit of that. Might be whatever we stumble upon first.
Well, if we do go by river, we're probably going to have to, at a certain point, leave the boat in order to reach the ruins themselves. They're not on the riverfront directly, from what I've read. Strahd redirected the river to flood them, but it does not naturally flow through where the city used to be.
It'll save us a little energy, I think. Not having to walk through the swamp.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying we don't use the boat. I'm just saying we probably won't encounter the ruins directly or the swamp itself until we actually make it further downriver, and then we'll have to disembark. That's all I mean.
Sounds fine to me.
Also, there's the matter of resting. We have, I don't know, maybe 8 hours if we're lucky of slightly brighter overcast left.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Do we want to sail through the night, or are we hoping to sail through the day?
Probably day.
Crazy idea. Does tiny hut work on a boat?
Just wondering that.
Dome boat feels safer than open boat.
Let me think about that for a couple of minutes.
I think yes. Because it's a 10-foot area centered on the caster, right?
Yeah, and I would imagine if we're on like a pirate ship that has a huge deck and I cast
Yeah.
it would be fine.
That's what I'm thinking too. Let me double check.
But it does.
This is an interesting concept.
like it.
Yeah, because I'm seeing one thing that says Lehman's tiny hut is stationary relative to the caster's position when the spell is cast. But then there have been a lot of other arguments saying that the world is not stationary and it is in fact flying through space and it moves with the ground, so...
Rules as written, there's no specific definition of stationary in the game.
That's what I'm reading too.
It is a DM ruling.
Let me look up the specific wording of tiny hut. Alright. A 10-foot radius immobile dome. I am gonna say it specifically says immobile.
But to Adam's point, if it was cast on a ship, it would still work.
Well, so that's what. So I'm one of the threads I'm reading is like, if it's large enough that it. Somebody said. If it's big enough or elaborate enough that a battle could take place on it, then it's big enough to count as a stationary object for spells that require them, like teleportation circles. But things like boats, carriages, and icebergs... Well, boats and carriages would be small enough, but like an iceberg would be fine. I'll leave it up to... Let's see.
The other question is that it's also a dome, it's not a sphere.
Correct.
Like, where would the bottom be?
I think that's the biggest hard part. I'm gonna go with no. Specific. Honestly, the mobility thing, I think I would give. Looking at it, I do think, considering it isn't a sphere and it is a dome, there's no floor in a boat. The floor can't move. You can't have the floor like the water isn't gonna flow to control the floor, and the boat's not big enough to be the barrier. So I'm gonna go with no. Although it was a really cool idea, and I was very tempted.
Yeah, dang.
It might be worth it to just stay here for the night. We don't know exactly what we're walking into.
Well,
I
it's...
would hate for it to get dark as we do it.
How long is the... Go ahead.
That's a really valid tactical plan. Have us all at peak performance going into this.
Ooh, yeah.
Also, you all look very wet.
I'm freezing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit down and start casting Tiny Hut.
All right.
And it is close to night, or it is still daytime?
It's still midday, but
Oh.
I think just tactfully, right? Having all spell slots being completely good.
And well, we can't go part of the way and then take a break and then the other part of the way, because does the boat not last that long?
Boat lasts forever.
Yeah, we could do it, but the problem is we rolled those dice, right?
That's fair.
I'm cool with stay here if we're holding a group vote.
I'm down.
Sure.
I think it's probably the wisest decision. All right. So, Endar begins casting Tiny Hut. A dome forms over all of you.
Mm-hmm.
What level is Tiny Hut?
3.
I need you to roll me a spellcasting ability check. To use your spellcasting ability modifier. What?
I'm gonna use a luck point.
Fuck. I'll mark that.
Roll that again.
I need a spot on a character sheet that is anti-inspiration.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna suck one time.
Alright, you're all, nothing happens. Tiny Hut functions as normally. Everyone's inside. Everyone starts to settle down. Is there anything anyone wants to do before bed?
I'm gonna attune.
Cool. Sten?
Is the Huntress a creature?
Are humanoids creatures? By the
Yes.
definition that you're using? Then yes.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Dream,
Okay.
and I'm gonna cast it on because I'm familiar and have seen a picture via the rocks on the. Hold on. On the
Obelisk.
what is her name? Swamp Thane would be.
The Weaver? No.
The Weaver.
Weaver.
It is? Okay.
It is the Weaver.
So first thing, it's a leveled spell,
Mm-hmm.
5th level.
So I need you to roll my spellcasting check.
18.
Okay.
And then, if this goes through, they will need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. And you're casting it on the Weaver?
Yes. But I will tell people that I'm gonna do this beforehand, because this seems a little wild just in case. Okay, I have a weird plan.
It doesn't involve consuming any questionable items, does it?
No. And I honestly don't know why I did that.
Me neither.
I've been able to jump into other people's dreams from here who are not here recently.
Okay.
What if I jumped into, like, the Weaver's dream to try and get some information?
Is the Weaver... This seems like a really wild plan.
Well, do you remember when we were sleeping on the mountain? We woke up.
Yeah.
We woke up after a crazy dream, and there was a message for us. It's written in spider silk. It feels close enough a connection.
I mean, we've done crazier things. I say go for it.
I can't take anyone with me, can I? No, I
With reading the spell, you cannot.
can't. But I also realized that the powerful, the Weaver might be weak, much like the Huntress was. So if I run into trouble, just know that I'm sleeping in someone else's mind.
Cool.
Oh, that sounds horrible coming out of my mouth.
Don't know how to get you out of that, but we can certainly try.
a dumb idea, right?
We've had dumber.
Pretty in line with what we usually do.
Yep.
Okay, I'll let you know in the morning then.
All right, then do you proceed with that?
Yes.
Okay. So you set up your bedroll and you begin the incantation, and the weariness comes over you and you lay down and your eyes close. And then your eyes open and you find yourself, actually, in fact, everyone else should deafen for this.
Oh, man. All right.
Right. You open your eyes and you are in this void of space. You see nothing. There's no temperature. There's no noise. There's no ground beneath your feet. You're not falling, but you don't appear to be floating. You are just perfectly still, completely frozen in this empty, endless darkness. You can't see your hands. You can't see your body. You can feel yourself move should you try, but you feel no resistance. And when you try and move, you almost, your momentum almost seems to carry you as if you're just in space with nothing to tether you. And the only thing that you feel is if you choose to feel yourself at any point. You can feel the impact of your body against your body. But otherwise, your senses are completely dampened here.
Lady of the Swamp Fane? Weaver?
Your voice rings out, and you can hear both in your head the vibration, which you're almost hyper-cognizant of with how dark and empty everything is around you. And you do hear your voice leave your body and exit into this space. And there's almost a slight reverb, but it just seems to fade away from you. There's no bounce back, there's no echo. You just hear the noise extend from you and then fade to nothing.
Double check that I can shape things. I can. Did I get a sense of when we were on the map, the landscape towards the swamp?
As far as like the topography?
Yes. Yeah, just a general visage.
The topography near the actual swamp, it's mostly hills around where the swamp is, and then there's these kind of spindly trees into the marsh area that becomes the swamp.
Okay, I want to try and make that what I'm seeing instead of this void.
You attempt to shift it, and nothing happens.
We're trying to find you. We helped your sister.
Your voice just rings out. Something.
Where are you?
Roll me an insight check here.
Okay. Oh my god, a natural one. I have inspiration though.
All right.
And I will use that.
All right.
Here we go. Ugh, 10 total. Yes, 10 total.
All right. Something is wrong here. This is... You know enough about this spell from its use that if she wasn't asleep, it wouldn't have worked, or if she somehow saved.
Mm-hmm.
But if it succeeds, you should be able to adapt the environment here. And also, you've never encountered this environment before. Something's amiss, and this isn't behaving the way that it should.
I'm gonna push harder. If I'm getting the sense that something's not working for one reason or another, I want to see if I can cause a stirring so that maybe something on the other side that's controlling this or preventing a lot of this.
Okay.
I want to see if I can push the envelope here.
Okay.
And so, because of my knowledge of Baba, I'm going to make a lot of Strahd imagery. I want to really focus on trying to make the scene that we saw in the Huntress's vision, where he's like kind of marching around with his little cavalry.
Okay. You do so. You start thinking of these moments. You envision them in your mind. You try and bring them forth to the landscape around you. And all of a sudden, the darkness that's around you that just seemed to be enveloping you almost seems to grow thicker. And it almost seems like where before this space was empty, but you could breathe freely, it almost seems to solidify in your nose and your throat. You're having trouble breathing and your focus begins to shift, almost as if it's fighting against what you're trying to envision here.
I think my current grasp on the spell is I can't get hurt here, so
I'm
gonna keep pushing.
All right. You continue to envision this stronger, and like you hold as best you can. The choking becomes almost unbearable. You feel this burning sensation in your chest that feels like you're going to suffocate. But with how strong you're imagining this image in your mind, there's almost all of a sudden this sickly, clammy feeling on the outside of the darkness, and in a strange way you start seeing a almost green glow on the horizon of wherever you are. There's not like a horizon line as much as there is just kind of a glow in the distance, that seems to be this almost Icarus bubbling green, and the darkness seems to press in on you, almost squeezing your chest. If you didn't know better, you were dying right now. It feels like the darkness is trying to choke every last bit of air and life out of you, preventing you from imagining what you're imagining.
Then with a choked breath, I'll just scream, "You witch, I've already died twice."
At which the bubbling is going, the green is going to flash brighter, and then there's almost like a whoosh, and you feel swept away from the green. Roll me another insight check.
23.
The darkness doesn't seem malicious. It almost seems like it's trying to hide from the green, and what you're doing is drawing attention to it.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
Also,
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just going to throw in there as well with the 23. This is not a dream in the traditional sense. This doesn't...
This is a stasis?
You've tapped into something here that is a very loose definition of sleep.
Okay. Can I, since I can shape a dream, can I inception this dream to have it in my mind?
We can try it. Let's try it.
Okay.
Roll me.
Okay, so I'll center myself and I'll turn away from this green light. If I get the feeling that that's kind of like this omniscient, like voodoo-y, and so I'll turn away and I'll close my eyes, and then I'll just think, because if I've connected mentally here, if it's not safe for you in your head, join me in mine.
Roll me a spellcasting check with your spellcasting modifier.
Okay. Oh God, now I wish I didn't waste that inspiration. Oh yes, 18 plus 4, 22.
Bravo. There, you close your eyes and you focus, and your head almost splits from pain as you feel this whooshing into the center of your skull. It almost feels like your head's being torn apart at the seams. And you blink your eyes open, and you are by a large tree with a fountain pouring through it, and dangling in front of you on a little silver spinneret is the blackest spider you have ever seen in your life, and it is smaller than your thumb in size, and it is just climbing up the thread and spinning at your eye level.
I don't think I have a lot of time for this. We're trying to help you and find you, return you to what you were. Help me see where she is. Where is she going?
It pauses moving for a moment. And it spins away from you and looks at the tree. And then spins back and looks at you. But it does not say or move or do anything.
Is this tree dead?
Is your tree dead?
Oh, this is my tree?
It's meant to be.
Okay. No, it's not dead.
And no, it's not dead.
Okay. You must have written floorboards. Is there anything else we should look for?
The spider slowly unwinds its legs and begins crawling around at near... It's difficult to follow the speed at which it's moving, and it starts shooting webs in different directions, but it's able to form a sort of cobweb in front of you, and then it starts moving along the cobweb. Let me check one thing. 2. I swear you never cease to surprise me. I am absolutely never prepared for anything that you do. Here we go.
If it's still writing, maybe I'll guide the question more towards, we know to help you we have to defeat her. But where do we bring her heart? Because we don't know where the Swamp Fiend is particularly.
It basically, at the point that you asked this question, it's completed the main cobweb.
Oh, okay.
And then it pauses when you ask, we know about the heart, where do we take it? And it starts zipping in a pattern, and you're able to see as it weaves, it spells out the word shrine.
The shrine. In Berez?
It climbs back up in front of you, gets to eye level, and you almost see the tiniest nod. And then the web collapses in on itself, and you are sucked forward. You almost feel like your whole body stretches and warps as you are flung back into this dark void, and there's nothing but darkness again.
Then I will try my darnest to end this spell. Yeah, I'll just try and end the spell.
Right.
Yeah, you can end the trance and the spell. Yes, I can.
Mm-hmm.
I will end the spell.
You go to end it, and whereas normally what feels like a fairly instantaneous end, this, at first you feel like maybe it didn't work, and then you feel literally your essence just fading and this cold sea, and you just melt into this darkness until your consciousness fades out entirely, and then you wake up the next morning. I will waive the rest of them. Adam sees. I don't think Hermes sees. There it is. The eye roll.
I was watching TikTok.
That eye roll, though. Oh, God, they're done. Oh, man.
That was a horrible idea.
Let's get the rain back in.
Is Sten dead again?
No, I don't feel well rested, probably.
So Sten goes down into this trance. We'll get back to Sten. Alistair, Andar, Mim. Mim, you're tuning for an hour. Alistair and Andar, what are you guys doing before bed?
I have a question for Nick.
Yes.
It's the first time that Alistair's heard that you can walk with people in dreams?
Yes.
Okay. I think Alistair would get ready for bed, but just keep his eyes on Sten the entire time.
All right. You would notice a little ways into this dream that Sten's whole body stiffens up and he starts sweating to the point that his fur starts to mat.
I would reach over and cast protection from good and evil on him.
Okay. You do so. He glows slightly with the energy. As you do so, you notice that for a few seconds he's not breathing before his body unstiffens and he's still sweating profusely, but he's no longer taut like an arrow. And that seemed to continue a little after your cast. Your cast did not seem to be the thing that triggered whatever that was.
Everybody asleep when this happens?
Mim is not. I'm not sure about Andar. Andar, what have you been doing?
Is there any way in my downtime to become proficient with an herbalism kit?
Yes, it'll take a number of days, but yes.
I will do the necessary things to start that process.
All right. I know that there's a way to do that. I don't know it offhand. I will check into it, but I know it's at least a few days. So I will check that and get back to you. But so he's doing the herbalism kit, Mim's attuning, Alistair, everyone's awake except Irina's laying down but knows she shouldn't go to sleep first. So she's just kind of quietly observing the fire and everyone else.
And they'll use prestidigitation to dry anyone off who has not already dried off.
Cool.
We've had stupider ideas, like we said. And I'll just sit in tiny hut close to Sten.
Cool. Barring the actual activities mentioned, once all of those activities are done, is everyone going to bed?
And I think I would have to be up for 2 hours because there were 2 items I needed to attune to.
Okay.
Three.
You can tune to 3. There you go.
Yeah.
So, everyone finishes their activities and goes to bed. Sten has not moved, but he does appear to be breathing.
Yeah, if he's breathing and not dead, I'll go to sleep.
All right. Everyone goes to bed. Everyone gets a long rest. And Arnstead, I do need an additional tingle tally from both of you. And then the next morning.
18.
Thank you. The next morning, you guys, well, not a roll, just the tally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next morning, you guys wake up to Sten sitting up, stock straight. And everyone kind of jolts awake, alert, ready to fight.
Oh my god.
You look rough, buddy.
Mim got Irish for a second.
You look pretty rough.
That's
I had a very long night. I think Baba has complete control over the Weaver. I was able to do a little something, but very bad. I didn't know you could feel pain like that in a dream.
Oh.
We should return her heart to the shrine. Baba's heart. The shrine is in Berez. So, for now, I don't know that there's any reason to go to the ruins.
Well, the ruins are Berez. The one and the same. There's the city, which was flooded, and now all that remains are the ruins of the city itself. And then there's the swamp where Baba supposedly lurks and
Yes,
maneuvers.
I don't know that there's any reason to visit the ruins before we seek out Baba.
Ah, I see.
She seems very strong. Louisa was scared to even hear a description of her, which I think says a lot.
Well,
She was present in... That wasn't really a dream. But Baba was present.
well, considering the other Fane brought me back from death, I can only imagine the power that Baba now wields.
Yeah, to be frank, that sucked. That sucked a lot. I felt like my mind was ripping in half for hours. But the weaver's still there somewhere, so that's good. Not completely out.
Small victories, I suppose.
Small victories. A similar writing style. The spider I saw. The one who mentioned floorboards back in the mountain. If the Huntress had a burst of energy, I hope the Weaver didn't waste it there, but... Baba doesn't have complete control, just a lot of it. So...
Alright, well, sounds like we have more knowledge than when we went into that, so thank you, Stan.
Might be a little scatterbrained today, I'm sorry.
It's okay, we're just floating down a river.
Right, I'll rip the patch off and walk over to the edge of the water. I don't know how fast it's moving, but I don't want to loose the rowboat immediately.
Yeah, you're able to. The river's moving pretty quickly considering the amount of rain that's been coming down the last few days. So you can see that it's swollen above its normal, its more normal inlets, and that it's kind of overflowing on the sides. But because of that, even though the center's moving very fast, the sides have risen up enough that they're very shallow, and they're creating kind of doldrums on the side that you can find a small slowed section that you can place the bolt and hold on to it, and it's gonna get whisked away unless it gets pushed a little too far out.
Just lasts as long as it doesn't break, so...
Throws down the patch and poof, it expands into this large wooden boat in a poof of smoke.
Neat trick.
All right.
That's the sound effects too.
All right.
Oh, I meant that, but
Oh.
just
How many oars are on the rowboat?
2,
2?
one on each side, and they've got oar locks in them.
Is it wide enough for 2 people to sit per row?
Yes.
Okay. So we're taking turns. I'll go first. For one of them.
Sounds good. I can do it with you.
Mim, you're good at spotting things. I guess keep a lookout for movement in the trees. For now.
All right, I can do that. I hope I don't fail you.
All right.
Okay. Pretty cool.
Down the river we go.
Everyone piles into the boat, and with a little shove of one of the oars, you guys kind of push off into the water, which begins to whisk you down pretty quickly. You're mostly using the oars for steering, less for momentum, just because of the current coming down. You can see that this river is flowing south, and you're able to gather geographically and from your map that it's flowing down from Lake Zarvich. Whereas on the other side, you see that the river is coming down from Zelenka Pass. And so you're able to gather that you're going to make it. You guys are still on the map. We'll show the map real quick. You guys are going to be able to ride the river down to about here. And then the river meets at this little triangle island and begins to flow down into this lake down here. Whereas this river is flowing down mountain from Zelenka Pass. So you'll be able to make it down this far before the river is going to try and take you a different direction.
Can we first get in that boat? I'm gonna cast water breathing as a ritual on everyone.
Cool.
You know, just in case.
Don't you also have control water or whatever you've been using? Shape water, control water?
Been using shape water.
Oh, okay. Can you use that to change a current to push us upstream?
I can. Yeah.
I don't know if we need it. I was just thinking that. Okay. Anyway. Cool.
That is also valid, so you could potentially continue using the boat.
If you wanted to use the spell. But...
You guys float down the river. You have a number of hours. Is there anything anyone wants to talk about or do while you guys are floating, other than obviously switching turns on the oars, kind of fighting the current along the way?
I'm just gonna keep on keeping on with whatever I can do to gain proficiency with an herbalist kit.
Cool.
When I'm not at attention on the oars, I just want to do like a dumb fun thing for the party.
Cool.
And Sten, did I give you that lyre, or do I still have it? I guess
You did give it to me.
Okay. Sten, do you have that lyre by chance?
Sure. Never really took any time to learn it. Sorry.
I know one song that might be perfect for this occasion. I'm gonna play River in the Rain on the lyre.
Nice.
From Big River.
Jesus
Very
Christ.
nice.
Roll me your performance check.
Okay. Oh god, this is gonna suck. Oh, it's a straight roll. It's 16.
All right. So give us a little ditty.
No, I don't have anything to play. If I did, it would sound okay. He probably learned it back when he was running with the Thieves Guild, right? With the Cult of Mask.
So
Just for something fun to pass the time.
Alistair starts plucking away at the lyre and are there lyrics, or is it just a tune?
Yeah, there's lyrics.
So Alistair starts plucking away at the lyre, and then shockingly starts singing as you're going down this river.
And for the most part, he's kind of surprisingly good. There are a couple times where he misses a note and he kind of, oh shit, like rather than continuing with the performance, like catches himself and has to go back.
He absolutely says fuck and then goes back and plucks, right? To try and figure out the note.
And so it's not the most fluid song, no pun intended. But he does squeak out a tune.
For the group, so we don't get copyright struck.
Oh.
There you go. That's probably kind of what it sounds like.
Here, I'll throw it in chat too for anybody who's interested.
UMG blocks it in the widget view.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
All right.
Jamming. Okay. I just have a quick aside question because I was trying to figure it out. Because the Amulet of Health raised my Constitution from +1 to +4. Do I have to for every level up? Is it now I get to add 3 to each per level because it was already +1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
That puts you at 100.
It puts me at 100? Because what are we at?
1 times 3 is 27.
Oh, hell yeah. That's cool. Oh, wait. It won't let me change it. Now I gotta fix it. Ooh.
Let's go.
No, it
You
won't
know,
let me change it. Sorry,
More
what?
health ends, Dan.
Well, it was 1 before, right? So it'd be +18, not +27.
Well, it's
No, because we're level
your
9.
bonus, right? So she would get an extra +3 for 9 levels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you go from 1 to 4?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought you went from 1 to 3. He's
No.
correct. Ignore me.
Pretty freaking sick.
It's wild.
Oh, wow.
Your new tank.
Yes.
A couple
And I can dodge too. Sorry, keep going.
hours into your river adventure, you see that up ahead, a variety of large pieces of wood are sticking out of the river. And if you guys aren't careful, you guys are going to crash the boat. Who is driving at this point?
Should we roll for it?
If you'd like to.
What are we rolling?
How long is this boat? And wide?
It's probably like 8 feet long and like 4 to 5 feet wide.
Okay.
Someone roll 2d4s, and we'll just pick it in the order that we're shown.
All right. Let's do it. I'll roll them on the numbers are 1 and 2. So it's Andar and Alistair.
Sit.
So the two of you are on oar duty. These
Shit. I was never good at a liar anyway. Sten, take this.
No, Shiny Man. It was a very, very nice effort.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Anyway, we're in danger.
do you guys see up ahead of us? And these large logs have clearly gotten lodged in the river. They're caught on rocks and they're jutting out in strange shapes. You guys are gonna have to roll some maneuvering in order to successfully evade the river without crashing the boat.
You guys panic about a lot of things. I'm just gonna cast Shape Water and counteract the flow to stop the boat.
All right. The boat rushing down the river now physically stops and is just floating as water rushes around it.
What do these look like?
They're literally, it looks like they're toppled trees that have fallen into the river over time and just gotten caught on rocks. There is it's not like a dam. Like there are ways to maneuver around them. They're just caught in kind of askew angles and wedged into the ground, and you can see that the river has kind of just rushed around and through them.
How high up are they above the water level?
Some are 2 to 3 feet. Probably the tallest one sticks about 4 feet out from the water.
Right, I'll cast Control Water and flood the river to be 5 feet deeper than it is.
Holy shit. Okay. So you just cast Control Water, and literally you guys see, I'm gonna Hollywoodize this a little bit before you end, or if you're cool with it, tell me if you aren't. But the raindrops around you physically freeze in air, and then Andar brings his arms down, and all of the water around you swells into the river, lifting the boat up, and a wave crests under the boat. You literally have this moving hill of water that just rises above all of this detritus and carries you over it, and the extra inlets on the side of the river are all sucking in. It's almost as if something alive is carrying you over this all these logs, and then it crashes down, and you literally are almost slingshotted forward as the water begins to flow around you again, and the river crashes down around the logs behind and seems to flow back into its normal stream.
And have I ever told you how attractive you are?
Mm-hmm.
Not nearly enough.
That was so cool. We don't need to worry about anything ever because we're the best team, and Andar is awesome.
Irina kind of looks at the river and looks at Andar. I can never make up my mind about magic. Every time I think I understand it, I just don't. How
I'm laser focused on the swamp. I'm just checking for. What is the description again of her moving thing?
Description of her actual. You've been told that basically
trees that walk.
You've been described that she lives in a hut that is basically a moving tree has grown around this hut, and this hut maneuvers through the swamplands. That it's never in one place because this giant tree beneath it it's essentially a tree house on a tree that walks, is kind of the description you've been given. Okay. Of like, she has this hut that's grown into a tree and the tree moves.
It's an evil Mim boss fight.
Yeah. I'm just laser focused on that. I'm looking for that.
It is
to the west.
Ironically, it is very much if Mim turned into an evil hag. Probably she would have a similar lair.
She already has her origin story. Her windmill was taken away from her.
Yes.
The only property I ever owned, the only home I ever truly had. Yep.
We'll also have Doctor Who flying kind of parallel with us, about 80 feet over the swamp to the right, or the whatever there is to the right.
Cool. It's about an hour after this roaring river section that you start to see the island up ahead, maybe like 20 minutes down the river from you, and you see that the woods on your right-hand side, on the western side, are starting to become, the trees once full like pines and kind of these withered kind of aspen-like trees are now starting to curl into these more like warped elm shapes with these very spinely curved branches, and the ground, although not very verdant in Barovia in most places, is starting to turn an even darker, loamier brown, and you're starting to hear more bugs and kind of buzzing as you get closer to this island. You guys continue to sail down the river. You approach the island. You see that the river is flowing off to the left down hill, and then there is a slight inlet on the right where the river flows around the island before it meets the current of the other river. How are you going to maneuver here? Are you guys going to peel off and are going to try and carry you upriver further?
What is my mechanical knowledge of boats?
As a bard, I imagine you've read a lot about them. As personal experience, I imagine you're probably fairly limited. You want to roll me a history check and we can find out?
Were you ever a performer on a cruise ship?
22.
You've read a shit ton about boats.
I've heard about this propeller on the back of boats. I bet I could try to make one. And I want to, like, swamp boat style. Use
Like the air propeller?
Fan boat?
That's so fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to performance of creation that attached to the back of the boat.
All right. Sten starts that kind of low hum, and glowing energy begins to coalesce at the back of the boat, and this giant spinning fan. And I imagine, considering the aesthetic, there's no cage. It's just a loose fan, giant blades.
Because I'm limited by gold, it's not the best material, the most expensive. It's not immensely large, but big enough that I think it would probably be able to do some work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm limited to 180 gold pieces, and this rowboat cost 5 gold total.
So we'll say that the fan itself is made of wood, and then there's this kind of engine steam contraption powering the thing. But it's just loose fan blades. So if anyone leans too far back or Mim's hair blows too far back, like there's loose fan blades at the back of the boat. But this thing coalesces, and Sten walks over and reaches and pushes a lever, and the thing starts spinning faster and faster, and all of a sudden the air current starts blowing, and the wind and water of the rain are just whipping into your face. You guys start maneuvering, pushing upriver. It takes you another hour or two. At this point, you've spent the majority of the day or into like early afternoon, when you see that the terrain on your right is turning in, the water is starting to, the river actually just extends out into the trees. You're seeing these large, boggy, marshy areas of mud and weeds. You can see that this clearly must be the Berez swamp.
I'm gonna trust that my magic was good enough and still laser focused on the swamp, scanning for walking trees.
Cool. As you maneuver the boat into the trees, you are able to kind of hover out of the river and into the beginnings of the swamp itself, but it isn't very long before the water kind of begins to recede underneath you, and you get into this murky, muddy, kind of peat bog, where the boat will not be able to continue without hitting continuous debris or land masses, and it's a little more difficult to traverse. Are you guys leaving on foot and tying up the boat, or do you guys have another plan?
Does anybody know where we're going?
Not here. I don't see anything.
No idea. Is Doctor Who still up high? Flying around? Okay.
Yeah, have you seen anything?
Roll me a perception check. All right, with a 13. You can see from looking through Doctor Who's eyes that this swamp extends deep into the land. That this is not going to be easy to find anything in. This is going to be... You're going to have to search this swamp to find what you're looking for, because the swamp extends for miles in either direction, to the west and the south. Well, it's west and southwest. This is not a localized swamp.
Does anybody have any tricks for searching a vast plot of land and not a lot of time?
Nope. I can make some things maybe pay attention to us, but that's probably not what we want.
I can maybe enlarge Doctor Who, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
I just glow.
Glow boy.
I feel like here might be a pretty good place to start searching. Unless we want to try to keep going.
How long?
Seems like a good spot.
How long have we traveled since I made the fan?
2 hours.
Got another 2 hours left on that.
You want to go 2 hours in deeper? Might as well.
Stay closer to the water, not the trees.
Sounds good.
So you guys want to head 2 hours south downriver, essentially? So
Where would that put?
basically to here.
I think it would be good luck because the name Babala Saga is literally like we're landing on the name.
All right. You guys venture back out into the river and travel 2 hours upriver using the fan as propellant. You guys can see that besides seeing different shapes of trees and weeds and mud, at this point, it is surrounding you on both sides, and the terrain just does not change. It is muddy. There is this musky, like musty loam scent to everything around you. The rain is still pouring down on your heads. And there's the croaking of frogs and the buzz of bugs underneath the rainfall that seems to just be omnipresent. You can see at this point through the fog up ahead of you the mountain range of Mount Gaucus and the surrounding peaks looms over this section of the valley. But the spindly, like, elm and light wooded trees all seem to kind of curl in different directions over and around the river. The fog almost seems to be gripping at them like fingers.
Probably like 10 minutes before I realize that the fan's going to go away, I'll let everyone know so we don't end up back downstream.
Is there anywhere to tie up the boat?
You could make it tied up. You could. There's plenty of trees and branches and.
Pull it on shore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, swamps. Okay, that's fair. I was like, swamps don't really have shore, but okay, fair.
It's true. They do like the water.
Just
It would be
continue.
best to tie it up in some way, just because you know that in swamps, tides rise and fall, and not everything is always land or always water. But it's amphibious enough that there are places that you could easily pull the boat off and root it for a moment to tie it up.
I'll go ahead and do that.
All right.
Pull it off to the side and tie it up.
You guys look out into the depths of the swampland, knowing that somewhere within there is a witch who you not only need to find, but need to slay and steal her heart. And the rumored dragon skull that you believe she has in order to return. And you recognize it's going to be a long walk. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Aw.
Don't worry, guys. It's not the first dragon we've faced.
Next session, be prepared for a hex crawl.
A hex crawl?
A hex crawl.
What is that?
It is a special type of session where essentially we will have a special map similar to this, where it's got hexes. And your token will be your party. And you guys will have to venture step by step through the hexes. And you will encounter things along the way, looking for the things that you're trying to look for.
Sheesh.
Like a dungeon in For the King.
Essentially, yes.
Love it.
But rather than there just being like encounter after encounter, you as a group will have to decide which direction you're going and try and navigate your way around with very limited vision of the map. And you guys will find various things within the swamps.
Right.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
That's what we're in for today.
Sweet.
Oh, what level is create water or control water?
Or
Oh.
Can you roll me a tingle tally check?
I don't want to.
Okay.
Just use luck on it.
Okay.
We get to the next session, Alistair's just dead.
I'm gonna use luck on it.
Okay.
God damn it. Okay.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Alistair, you have 2 luck tallies.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for today's session. We have completed 60 sessions, and the next one's a big one. I'm going to throw it out there.
Wahoo.
Wahoo.
Are we all good for next week, or does anyone have conflicts next week?
I'm good.
Should be good.
Hell yeah. Then we'll plan on being here next week.
For the first time in forever.
God, now that's stuck in my head. Not that, but fucking river in the rain.
All right, guys.
All right. Well.
Goodbye.
See ya!
Later.